What's going on, Saints fans? Hope y'all are having a wonderful Monday. Hope last weekend was good for you. I can tell you, for me, I had a wonderful weekend as well. We're going to be getting into a lot around the New Orleans Saints. There was some news that happened over the weekend, and Alvin Kamara is still seeking a contract as we get even closer to training camp, which is just a few days away. It's starting this week, so it's going to be a lot of fun content coming your way here at Saints Now by Chat Sports. Now, let's get you caught up with what happened over the weekend. Adam Schefter reporting it first, then was confirmed by Nick Underhill. The Saints, an exclusive rights free agent, wide receiver / returner Rasheed Shaheed. They reached a 1-year, $5.2 million contract extension, which is really, really good news for the player. He was an All-Pro last year. He was a Pro Bowler based on his punt return ability, and I truly do believe that he is one of the best players in the league when it comes to being a football carrier, and he is just so fun to watch. He's my favorite player. That's why I call him Rasheed, the Need for Speed Shaheed. So coming up in today's video, we got to give a big-time congratulations to number 22. I'm going to tell you why the Saints ended up going ahead and paying this kid $5.2 million. And then I also think that another move is coming very soon. But really quick, got to call y'all out real quick. Join the Noti Gang, Saints fans. We have 4.2 thousand members who have subscribed to the channel that have their notifications on. But only 2.7 thousand of you have set them to all. So if you're not part of this elite group, less than 15%, I need you to hit the sub button. I need you to turn on your noties, and I need you to set them to all. That way, anytime we post a video, whether it's a full video, we go live, we put out any short form content, you will be notified, and you can keep up to date with your favorite football team. Let's talk about young money. I ain't talking Lil Tucci. I'm talking Rasheed Shaheed. He signed an exclusive rights free agent deal. That's that ERFA you see on screen right there. Earlier this offseason, which was less than $1 million, and he was scheduled to be an exclusive rights free agent this upcoming offseason after the 2024 year, but Saints gave him a contract extension. It's going to keep him in New Orleans for at least 2 more seasons, and I think that this is an excellent move for the Saints, specifically for the team, because he continues to show his impact that he can make on the field. He continues to grow. He continues to have a bigger role. And every single week, it seems like this kid makes plays that we didn't think he was possible of doing. Now, I do believe that the New Orleans Saints just got a massive, massive bargain for this kind of player, because not only is he extremely fast, but he's extremely dynamic, extremely versatile, and Rasheed Shaheed is one of those players who you just love to have on the field, because at any time, he can take the top off of the defense. At any time, he can break away and make a big play. And any time, he can take the pill to the house and put up 6 points. Now, in 2023, Rasheed Shaheed, his production wasn't just as a receiver, it wasn't just as a returner, it was also as a run or as a ball carrier. He had 37 yards on the ground, but in terms of his major production, he averaged over 15 yards per catch, averaged over 13 yards per punt return, and over 21 yards per kick return. And I truly do think that we will see a kick return touchdown, especially with the new kickoff rules. And that makes Rasheed Shaheed, to me, even more valuable than he was already. I mean, this kid has already put up 700 plus yards in the season. I think that 1,000 yards is not out of the question. And I firmly believe this. I posted it on my Twitter before. I've talked about it here on the show. I truly do believe that Rasheed Shaheed is the most electric football player in the league. There is no player who I think has the impact like Rasheed Shaheed in terms of just massive big playability. At any moment in time, he can be just exploding on the defense, and giggity, that was a massive giggity. At any point in time, he can just explode and make something happen. And in 2023, this is actually pretty cool stuff. He was number 10 in the entire league in all-purpose yards with almost 1,500. And on top of that, last year, he was the only player. There was not anybody else who had 500 receiving yards and 500 return yards. Rasheed Shaheed is a special player. Number 22 is a really, really fun guy to have in the New Orleans Saints. And the fact that you got him as a UDFA, the fact that you got him so cheap, and the fact that every single other team overlooked him and you were the team that was able to snag him, big props to the New Orleans Saints scouting department. I'm a massive, massive fan of number 22. I ordered his jersey. I have a jersey coming in very soon. I can't wait to rock it on the show. And I've been preaching about Rasheed Shaheed since the Saints signed him as an undrafted free agent. So seeing this move, I think it's a phenomenal move for the Saints. I'm surprised Rasheed Shaheed didn't wait to try and cash in a little bit more money, but hey, we got to congratulate number 22. So help me show some love to Shaheed in the comment section. Show him some love, like the video. If Rasheed Shaheed comes across this video, I want him to be able to see all of us Saints fans showing him love and some support. Now, coming up next, I think that Rasheed Shaheed's contract extension means that an Alvin Kamara extension could be coming pretty soon. So we're going to talk about what the latest is around him. Training camp's coming up in a few days. So I do think that a deal will happen pretty soon. I don't think it's like going to happen right this second, but I think it's going to happen very, very soon as training camp gets started here in about 2 days. Now, really quick reminder, we will be live for every single Rasheed Shaheed catch. Every single time he touches the ball, anytime he takes a kick return, anytime he gets a punt return, anytime Rasheed Shaheed has the ball in his hands, we're going to be live. And I promise you, I'm going to give you some of the best coverage and the best calls around number 22 you will see on CBS, NBC, ESPN, I don't care. I promise you, none of these guys love Rasheed Shaheed more than I do. So subscribe if you want awesome game day coverage and if you want to see Rasheed Shaheed pop off this year. Now, the latest around Alvin Kamara, there isn't any massive updates that are like, oh my God, here's this big news, here's what's happening. But we do have to kind of touch base here and kind of see what's going on with an update because the Saints are starting to make some moves with their money. Now, he did leave mandatory minicamp. In case you guys have missed it, or in case you've been living under a rock, he left mandatory minicamp early on the last day of practice because he wanted a new contract or a contract dispute. Contract reasons is what it was actually listed as. He has been very, very vocal about staying in New Orleans his entire career. And on top of that, there are reports out there that he wants more guarantees in 2025 in terms of what his contract has. And I do think that the Saints should go ahead and pay him, and the Saints should go ahead and make this happen. And I'm actually going to tell you why here in a few seconds. But really quick, got to give a big-time shout-out. And I got to say welcome back to Game Time. It's been a while since we got to talk about this awesome sponsor. But if you enjoy going to live events like concerts, comedy shows, sports, and all sorts of other fun stuff, just like me, you have to go and check out the Game Time app. They got tons of last-minute deals, all-in prices, and views from your seat on the app, and it's the lowest price guaranteed. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets, NCAA, college sports, NFL, NBA, whatever. If you're going to any sort of live event, Game Time is the app for you. And when you download the Game Time app, create an account and use code CHATSPORTS, you will get $20 off your first purchase. You can use that savings to go watch LSU take on USC in Las Vegas. I mean, I'm sitting here looking back. I'm trying to think of some fun times that I went to live events and I used Game Time, and I'm like, wait, I used Game Time for all of them. I went to the Red Clay Strays just a couple of weeks ago. I took my girlfriend and a couple of the Chat Sports guys. We all went and got to see them play, and they're my favorite brand. They're always popping up shows, and with Game Time, I was able to save some money. I basically took the $20 that I saved, and I went ahead and bought myself a couple drinks, a t-shirt. It was basically, a net positive if you ask me. So I'm looking at getting tickets here in Arlington for the Saints vs. Cowboys game because we are here in Dallas. And I hope to see you there, and I hope that you use Game Time. And I love how user-friendly the app is. It's so easy to use. You don't have to be a tech wizard to buy tickets with the Game Time app. So take the guesswork out of buying MLB, NFL, college sports, and other tickets with Game Time. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS. That's code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. So talking about guarantees, Alvin Kamara, right now in 2024, he is guaranteed just $1 million on his contract. But in 2025, he has nothing guaranteed in terms of money. And that's why Alvin Kamara wants to have some money so he can have future security. And I do think that this is a deal that needs to get done ASAP. I don't think that the Saints need to spend a lot of time just hanging around, not making anything happen, letting him rack up a bunch of fines, missing time. I think that the sooner the New Orleans Saints get this done, the better. I do think that we'll see Alvin Kamara out at UC Irvine at training camp. I'm hoping he doesn't hold out, but I do think that this is something the Saints can't just let go on forever. You got to take care of this kind of player. And why? Well, if you wanted to try and move off him and trade him, you're not going to get good compensation. I truly do believe you're not going to get anything better than like what, a 4th, 5th round pick. Like it's just hard to justify a lot of good trade value for an aging running back whose production last season was down. And I also do think that keeping Kamara is very important, especially with this offensive system. Clint Kubiak will use the hell out of him, and he will use him correctly, unlike Pete Carmichael last season. And on top of that, I'm a big believer in locker room presence, and I'm a big believer in leadership. So when you're a vocal leader and you're one of the few vocal leaders and you're a guy who no matter what, the team is going to look up to and you're going to keep the team accountable, I think that in itself is extremely valuable. And I think that Alvin Kamara is an exceptional leader for the New Orleans Saints, and he's still a great athlete. I talked about he's going to thrive in this offense. He's going to be a really good player. There's no doubt about it. Look at any of the clips on social media. Look at any of the clips you see on YouTube. Alvin Kamara can still move. He's still very smooth. He's still very fast. He's still very athletic. And he's still a very, very smart player. And on top of that, within Clint Kubiak's system, they want to be grounded. They want to run the football. They want to be effective on 1st and 2nd down. And they want to make impact, or they want to have impactful plays in the red zone. And I do believe that with an improved offensive line, that is a big thing here. Alvin Kamara could be absolutely dominant this season. And the best part about it is I don't think you should waste a lot of time, because if you do go and make this extension happen, the Saints could save up to $8 million. That's a lot of money, considering the Saints have about $12 million to spend. You get around $20 million to throw to a free agent. Justin Simmons. Excuse me. Sorry, Justin Simmons. So yeah, you should do that, because any of these 4 players I think can make an impact. I know Michael Thomas, he was with the team. The bridge burned poorly, but no team has signed him yet. And the Saints need that kind of role from a player. And right now, I do have faith in A.T. Perry. I have faith in Bub Means. But if Michael Thomas is available and he doesn't want a lot of money, make him a low-end receiver. Why not? Donovan Smith, I think you could use some offensive tackle help. He's won 2 Super Bowls. He knows how to win in the NFC South. He knows how to win late in the season, and he's a very, very talented veteran. Yannick Ngakoue, Saints need some better production when it comes to getting at the quarterback. Yannick Ngakoue is phenomenal as a pass rusher. Bring him in as a rotational, situational pass rusher. Justin Simmons, I've talked about him to great extent here on the channel. So if you want to know why the Saints should sign Justin Simmons, click on literally any video and you'll probably get something. So I want you to sound off. It is your turn, Saints fans. Do you want New Orleans to pay Alvin Kamara and give him an extension, Explain why or why not in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and I want you to put on your GM hat, pretend to be Mickey Loomis, and get active in the comments. Now, guys, I appreciate you for tuning in to today's video. If you want more coverage in between these videos, hit me up on X at TraceGirouard48, and you can also hit me up on Instagram. It's the same handle. You just throw an underscore on the back end. I've been posting a lot more coverage. I've been trying to up my social media game for you. So give me a follow, and y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time.